What's up, Raiders? I'm Skylar Kane.
And I'm Caitlin Marshall, and this week we dive into Cosmos Pizza Review.
We take a look at the new school record for squatting.
And a peek into the upcoming fall play.
And it's all happening here, right now, on RJTV. So, are you planning on going to the fall play?
But of course, Skylar. But I'd love to know more about the effort put into the production.
Wouldn't we all? Well, here's a curtain sneak peek into the fall play.
This year, RJ Theater is falling into fall with the play Joseph.
So my role for the musical this year is pretty much to keep everyone organized, on time, make sure everything's running smoothly behind the scenes, organizing all of the crews, making sure they're on task, making sure the actors know their dancing and their vocal parts, and kind of just sitting in on those rehearsals.
As sound manager, mostly what I need to make sure of is making sure actors get mic'd, make sure that sound effects are heard, make sure that the pit band is able to both go through the mics we set in the pit to make sure that that's received, and also just make sure that everything in the house is not too loud or too quiet.
In general, our biggest struggle has been we don't have enough people on crew. So it's kind of been a struggle trying to find people and make sure we have enough people on props crew or on build crew, and that's been like a struggle for me and our director.
What makes the hard work easier is the family.
Best part of being on sound or in the play is the entire community in the drama club and the theater department are just people who are there because they enjoy it.
And it's just been a really great community, and just it's been out of my comfort zone a little bit, but it's been really fun.
This is Isabella Vickers and Eliza West with RJTV.
Thanks, Isabella and Eliza.
Skylar, have you ever got yoked in the boys division weight room?
Obviously.
So you've seen the new squat record holder, right?
Duh, it's me. I can squat you right here.
Ow!
All right, David Doty, show us how it's done, huh?
Junior running back David Doty is on the rise to stardom as he broke the squat record of 500 pounds earlier this year.
So I had the privilege of working with Doty last year on the JV team, blossomed into a great player and had a great attitude, does what you ask him to, doesn't really complain about anything.
Although he is known for his extreme strength, it was not always the case.
No, I've not always been the strongest kid. Like I said before, when I came in, I was just about where everyone else was, in the first year of weightlifting. I'm hoping to just do as good as I can, we'll see what opportunities I can get, and just, it's more about the team than me. I just want everyone to do well, and hopefully we can make a good run in the playoffs.
This is Alec Willis
and Patrick Barney for RJTV.
Hey, Caitlin, I'm kind of hungry.
Good evening, Raider fans. It is so awesome to be with you tonight. It's a cool, brisk, 57-degree evening here in Aurora, Colorado, Luke Kellogg Stadium. You are getting ready to watch the Regis Jesuit Raiders versus the Fountain Fort Carson Trojans.
Yes.
Thank you, Hudson. Had to practice that one beforehand, but we're so glad to be with you again. Just got done with a soccer game a couple hours ago. Again, I was on the field, and what a game that was. Casey McCloskey, the senior, hitting an absolute ripper from the 40 in that top left corner to win this league this year, and you couldn't be more pleased to end a regular season on that high of a note in overtime, and what a great time it was, and we're so excited you tuned in with us. Again, My name's Sam Stern. Patrick Carlson, our best producer we've ever had in a long time. He's doing a fantastic job this year, just going strong. Hudson Ridley, who you heard doing play-by-play last game, he's doing such a fantastic job as well. Jake Stewart as well is a part of our crew. Not here with us tonight. He is in Boulder, Colorado. We wish him good luck with what he's doing tonight. And then Jack Fate, as usual. Wonderful job on camera. So, Hudson, we come into this game tonight. The Regis Jesuit Raiders still undefeated, very consistent. They're having a great season thus far, undefeated. I got to ask you that there must be a secret sauce of some case of how they're winning this much.
Well, there definitely is. I mean, quarterback play this year has been so much stronger than it was last year.
Yeah, it's been great, Hudson. I mean, you talk about a team that obviously has talent. They obviously know how to play, and they're showing it, Hudson, on a regular basis.
Yeah, that's sure right.
So we're going to pause here on the Raiders Sports Network, and we'll come back to you with our pregame show as we are here for Veterans Night.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That's a big, warm hand for senior, Regis senior from the girls division, Grace Keating.
What a great job there as we are back with you on the Raiders Sports Network. And as I was saying beforehand, Hudson, we'll start off with this Raiders team, and they have this secret sauce. They have this way that they play that is just so fully functioning. They know what they're doing, and they're so confident, led by Nico Markiel, David Doty, and so many other stars. And just tell me, what is working?
Well, of course, as we mentioned, better quarterback play. Nico Markiel has worked, obviously, in the offseason to get much better. This is his sophomore season, so it feels like he's kind of progressed as a player. And not only has he been great and had great receiving options on the outside, they also have been able to get the pass game going. You figured that with Keon Martinez, now at University of Idaho, doing a great job there, that our run game would suffer severely because we leaned on him so much last season. But David Doty has stepped in. He's only a junior, came in and filled that spot, and he is playing amazing so far this season. So that mix of run and pass makes the Raiders offense so lethal in so many different ways. They can switch it up so much. That's what's leading them to these big victories so far.
It is, and while we're on that topic of the Raider offense, we do have a loss on the team right now of Jackson Connolly, one of our star wide receivers, leading in receptions right now between him and Bryce. And Hudson, you talk about a player who he has the wheels, he has the catching ability, he has the athleticism, and he's been playing at such an elite level, and he's on concussion protocol. Tell me what that means for this team who, quite frankly, needs him at any point in this season if they want to make it to the championship.
Yeah, you're right. A huge loss of Jackson Connolly. Has 513 receiving yards on the year for 3 touchdowns. He's one of Nico Marchiol's favorite targets. But that other favorite target is still playing. He's still available. Ty McGuire has been great all season long. He's going to have to step up huge in this game to fill that hole of Jackson Connolly. He's been playing great so far. I don't think he'll have much of a problem doing that. So I'll expect him to try to fill that spot in the wide receiver 2 spot. I'm sure we'll go to Dallas Macias. He's been great all year. He had a touchdown in the last game as well as an interception. So, yeah, of course, because the Raiders players play on both sides of the ball. So, yeah, look for Ty McGuire to try to fill that hole that Jackson Connolly has left.
Yeah, and now we talk about this Fountain Fort Carson team and Hudson, a team that's 3-5 on the season, so average for sure. But you talk about a team, Hudson, we're at a point in the season where you cannot underestimate any opponent, no matter the record. And if you're talking about a team who could potentially pull something out against this undefeated Raiders team, you're looking at them.
Yeah, that's definitely true. A bit of an underdog story, but it is doable for Fountain Fort Carson. The Raiders cannot doubt this team like they did the last team they played last week. They had a matchup against Doherty, and even while it did look worse on paper than the game actually was, they had a late strike touchdown, Doherty did. The game, they still really underestimated what Doherty could do. And that Doherty team is not as good as this Fountain Fort Carson team, so you cannot underestimate them because you need the win here tonight to push yourself to 9-0 and head into an easier matchup against Douglas County.
Yes, this game is crucial definitely to keep up this season. And Hudson, we're so excited as the Raiders come onto the field. The exceptional Raiders as they're carrying the flags of our school, our country. So many different flags, so beautiful to see out there, and such a special night again it is. Armed Forces Night, so people, parents, family members, just people of all kind who are in the community for both teams coming out tonight and just supporting the team, and it's just so inspiring to see them show up and really us be able to show our thanks for what they do for our country every day. So it's a great evening, and we're so excited to broadcast it for you as we have about a minute until we get going with you. We're going to take a quick break here for us to get ready for this exciting broadcast. Again, Sam Stern, Hudson Ridley, Patrick Carlson, and Jack Fate on camera. We'll be back with you in just a moment. So here we go. Fountain Fort Carson going to kick this one off here tonight. Again, so excited to be with you. It's definitely a brisk, cold evening. It's been a great afternoon, though. The soccer game was beautiful weather. Some great, just the sky was beautiful. The sun was bright and shining. You know, welcome to Colorado. The weather goes from being a snowy blizzard to being Baja, California. But we're excited nonetheless tonight for Raider football, as this one's going to come and bounce all the way into the end zone, and it will start at the 20, Hudson. So we're going to see the first glimpse of star quarterback Nico Marchiol tonight, Hudson. Again, a quarterback who is multi-dimensional, to say the least. You talk about a player who's not only relying on his run game, he can pass it better than most players in the state. He can run it in himself, and most of all, him and David Doty have quite the duo going on right now.
Yeah, that's sure right. Nico Marchiol, he's listed as a pro-style quarterback, but running-wise, he has 220 rushing yards and 7 rushing touchdowns on the season. Look for him, if the pocket collapses, to use his wheels and get out of the pocket.
I just got one. I literally just got one.
So here we go. Nico Marchiol, David Doty on his right. You're going to see him plenty of times tonight. He's our leading rusher this season. Nico Marchiol fakes the throw, and he gets tackled there. Great defense by Fountain Fort Carson. Again, a talented team on the defensive end. They don't have a great record, but they have had some good games, but are inconsistent.
Yeah, that's sure right. But they did a great job there stopping Nico Markiel. Gets past the line, but doesn't gain much more. Gain of about 1 there.
So Nico Markiel, second down here. He's going to go to that side option. Bryce Sloan, he's going to get plenty of looks today and more. Bryce Sloan, more than a first down. Give it to him. First down here.
That's exactly what the Raiders needed right there. You got to get going early, demoralize your opponent with some quick strike touchdowns early on.
Great play there to Bryce Sloan again. Second in receptions for the wide receiver position as he gets another one there, fakes it. Down with a gain of 3. Great play by Bryce Sloan. He has utmost confidence, and as he should, by the way he's playing this season.
Yeah, I should have also mentioned beyond what Ty McGuire has done this season, Bryce Sloan, he's been absolutely amazing. They need to lean on him as well to fill that Jackson Connolly spot.
Here we go. Nico Markiel, second down here. David Doty on his left. He's going to hand it off to Doty. Here he comes, up the right, still has time. Flag down on the ground, and he stopped.
Yeah, that's going to be on number 2, Dallas Macias. They're going to probably get him for a block in the back right there, and that's going to come back.
So Dallas Macias going to get called on that one. And we talk about Dallas Macias, obviously that play, not indicative of the play we've seen from him all season, Hudson. You talk about a player who's only a sophomore, came in same time as Nico Markiel. They've been teammates prior. Such a great player, so confident, multi-sport athlete. I feel like I say that about so many different players on this team, but it's true, and it's just so amazing to see what he's been doing this season.
They are going to accept the holding on the Raiders, and that is going to push them back even farther, so it is going to be a 2nd and long here. This Raiders team needs to play with discipline if they're going to win tonight.
As you heard it, there's going to be pushed back for a repeat 2nd down. Markiel. He has Dallas Macias on the right, Bryce Sloan on the left. Dallas taking the spot of the injured Jackson Connolly tonight. Nico Markiel, plenty of time, running, goes deep to the side. Ty McGuire, no. Through the hands, Ty McGuire.
He had that one. Nico Markiel rolled out, put it right on the money, maybe a little bit behind, but definitely in enough space for Ty McGuire to get that, and he just couldn't right there. Disappointing, no catch there, and that's going to make it a 3rd and 18 for the Raiders. Let's see if they can dial up a play that would get that same amount of yards. They almost got that time.
Yeah, you talk about a player there, Hudson. Ty McGuire, 3rd in receptions for this team. He's been phenomenal as well. Bryce Sloan, Jackson Connolly, and Ty McGuire, the senior trio, doing a great job this season. And trust me, that will probably be one of his only non-catches of the game. As Nico Markiel shows that throwing ability to Bryce Sloan, diving for the first down. Let's see if he got it there.
Yeah, that's going to be a bad spot for Regis. They're not going to get it there. What it looks like, yeah, they're going to be stopped just short. Now the offense has a chance to go for it. It looks like they will not send the punter out there on the field. Eddie Maxfield, the punter, still on the sidelines. Expect them to run it right up the middle here. They have 2 running backs in, David Doty, Pyrese Miller.
David Doty and Pyrese Miller are part of the big running back rotation that we have alongside Xavier Carroll and Durbin Taylor III. And
oh, wow.
Oh, big one there.
Yeah, that's really going to hurt this Fountain Ford Carson team. Both teams tonight need to play with discipline, and that is going to give a 1st down to the Raiders here. Was not aware of the snap count. Nico Markiel, a little tricky on the snap count. Jumped off sides. You really have to be aware of that.
So Nico Markiel here on an automatic 1st down play. Double clap into Pyrese Miller, cutting up the middle, still going, 20, 10, touchdown! Pyrese Miller!
They're gonna give it to him!
The sophomore sensation!
What a run up the middle! Can you believe it? Blazing speed right up the middle, dodging a couple of tackles, and stiff-arming his way into the end zone. What a play!
Pyrese Miller doing Pyrese-like things that we've seen every game this season. He has come in alongside David Doty at times, by himself at times, and he is playing exceptional football. As you see Will Cassidy waving the flag there, very exciting, and what a way to start this game. 6-0 as Jordy De La Torre will come to kick this extra point here. And you talk about a player, Jordy De La Torre, we will get into more Jordy in a little bit, but let's just say he's a phenomenal kicker. He's going to bring this one up right through the uprights, dead center, 7-0 to start this one. Regis Jesuit starting very consistent with a great play there, and you couldn't have asked for a better start from the Raiders. And something about it, Hudson, is they have confidence. They know that they can play against any team in the state, but something else that they have is they have the young core. Tyrese Miller, obviously a part of it. Nico Marchiol leading the young core. But this team is built for the future, Hudson.
Yeah, they sure are. A lot of young sophomore and junior talent that'll be back next season. As we mentioned, Nico Marchiol will be back. Not Ty McGuire, excuse me. That's what went through my head. Dallas Macias will be back.
Yep.
Tyrese Miller will be back. And David Doty will be back. So they have all of those players back that have gave them a big boost to get to where they need to be. Let's see if they can compete for another state championship next year.
Yeah. Number 3, Malik McClarity is going to be in the backfield, ready to receive this one from Jordy De La Torre. He's going to boot this one. Looking like it's going to the end zone, and it is. Touchback, and it will start at the 20 once again. That's Jordy's consistent range is to the end zone. And Hudson, we now talk about this Fountain Fort Carson team. Again, 3-5 on the season. They have an offensive team that's average at best, as I've mentioned multiple times. They can play. They're definitely not a sleeper team, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they're definitely not. They can play, but they have had some trouble at that quarterback spot. They have a rotation of quarterbacks, 2 junior quarterbacks coming in earlier. It appears tonight they're going to go with Tavian Tooley. He is a freshman coming into the season, appeared to be the 3rd string, but he is getting the start here tonight.
Tavian Tooley, again, as Hudson said, going to start as the quarterback. Hand this one off up the middle. Immediately taken down. That's Xavier Carroll getting in the mix. As you're going to see multiple times, we talk about it every broadcast, every player on this team is multi-positioned. Every player you will see both on the defensive and offensive end, and which it's exciting, Hudson, because you talk about having a roster that is stacked at every position. You never have to worry if there's an injury.
Yeah, you have some super athletes that can play both sides of the ball. They know every play on either side of the ball. That is just something you don't get with most teams.
So, again, Tooley, the quarterback here. 2nd down. Fake the handoff. Plenty of time. That one's intercepted by the Raiders. Yes! And he's hyped on the field. What a play!
Ty McGuire, what an interception. Way to step in front of that one, shaking the young quarterback, Tavian Tooley. That is his 5th interception on the season to go with 5 touchdowns. Looking shaky here early on. That's not what you want at Fountain Fort Carson. A young freshman quarterback shaking his confidence. That's got to be really scary.
Yes, it definitely is. It's bad luck when your starting QB is a 9th grader. You can see that he's having to learn on the fly, and you got to feel for the kid. But at the same time, we're not with Fountain Fort Carson. We're with the Raiders, so we're excited there, and they're going to take it for a 1st down. And could you have asked for better position?
No, I could not have. This is amazing start to the game here from the Raiders.
So Marchiol, look for David Doty to just sprint this one in for the 2nd touchdown of the game. Nico Marchiol, 1st down. Off the snap, plenty of time. Gonna run through the middle, still up, fake to the right, still up, cutting to the side. Nico Marchiol, taking it himself, a little shimmy and shake to the end zone. Touchdown, Marchiol.
And he's listed as a pro style, but you could call that a dual threat right there. That's his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. Absolutely incredible. When that pocket collapses, he knows he has to get out, has to get to the sideline, and uses his athletic ability to get to the pylon there.
What a play by Nico Marchiol to stay up, show his patience there. Very impressive play by the sophomore star quarterback, Nico Marchiol.
And all of a sudden, the Raiders are up 13-0 to start this game. Could you have asked for a better start?
Jordy De La Torre through the uprights. Good for that extra point. 9:05 left to go in this really exciting first quarter for the Raiders. 14-0 to start, and we're going to see plenty of Raider offense. That's my guess, Hudson. We're going to see plenty of Raider offense tonight as we are already. Oh, yes, Patrick. We could be seeing a Michael Manugian sighting, and he is leading the team in picks, as he told me today. He's tied with Pyrese, so and Bryce Parsons, Patrick. Yes, and you talk about a player in Michael Manugian. Takes his opportunities and makes the best of them. He's a fantastic person, fantastic player, and we will see if he gets in tonight. He is ready to go as I talk to him today. So here we go. The Raiders will kick this one off. Jordy De La Torre receiving D1 offers from around the country already. He's only a junior. Look for more to come. That one's going to be booted. Back into the end zone. Touchback to the 20. And we will see the young Thule come back in. And to mention as well, his running back behind him is 36, Ty Fave. So definitely a tandem that has worked at times this season, Hudson. They definitely use the running game often, but they're definitely not a David Doty-Mark Yule duo.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure. We have not seen their star running back yet tonight, Desmond Oliver, who has 631 yards and 7 touchdowns. We are going to look for him tonight, but if we don't see him, very, very interesting. That could lead to another downfall for this Fountain Fort Carson offense.
Plenty of time! Plenty of time!
Hey, where's the grounding on that? No, actually, well.
They're going to say there was a receiver in the air. Patrick Carlson, our producer, wanted an intentional grounding, but they are going to say there was a receiver in the area. It is going to be 2nd down and 10 here. Great start for the Raiders. Thus far on the day, they've been playing absolutely amazing, and you got to say, if you rack up some of these quick score touchdowns here, we'd love to see some of those backup players in.
Definitely, and definitely don't be surprised if it starts as soon as the second quarter. We definitely have plenty of time left.
And we definitely have some great backups that could compete with this team and definitely beat their starting lineup.
We do. 2nd down here. With time and pace. No good. As he sees a tall 6'6" giant in Clay Nanke trying to eat him alive.
Yeah, very true. That's got to be a scary moment. You're a freshman quarterback. You're very new to the game. This is only your about 5th game on this season that he's started. So very, very scary for him. If you see that big 6'6" beast Clay Nanke coming at you, you just got to get rid of that ball, and that may be why he overthrew him by a mile right there.
Definitely an off one there. 3rd and 10. Still yet to gain a yard on this play. With time. Cut up the middle, and it's dropped incomplete by number 3, Malik McClarity, who I have mentioned multiple times tonight. He is one of the main receivers for this Fountain Fort Carson team. So look for his name often in this broadcast as the punt squad will come out, and it's going to be Ty McGuire and Dallas Macias ready to receive this one.
Yeah, he really, really needed that catch there to try to move the sticks, get their first down of the game, but he cannot get it to go there.
So we'll see what's going on. High snap. Big punt coming to... Looks like it's going to bounce to the 41-yard line if they stake it there.
The Raiders are going to trot back onto the field now. 2 quick touchdowns. We have 8 minutes, 38 seconds still left in this very first quarter. The Raiders are already up 15-0. A touchdown run, long one, by the way, from Pyrese Miller. He showed off his speed there, and then Nico Markiel showing that awareness and the athleticism to get to the outside, get to the pylon, and get that touchdown. 14-0, the score from the Raiders early on.
Definitely a great play by Nico Markiel and Pyrese Miller, starting off the game hot, for sure. Nico Markiel, David Doty on his left. 1st down at the 45-yard line. Markiel with plenty of time, cut up the middle to Clay Nanke, the tight end. Taken down at exactly the 50. We'll see if they end up placing it there. Great fundamental catch there for what should be a gain of about 5 or 6, and it will be 6.
Yeah, 2 Fountain Fort Carson players coming from either side, lifting Clay Nanke off the ground. You got to be strong to do that one.
You do.
Yeah.
Second down coming up right here. Nico Markiel. Off the snap. Off to the side, Ty McGuire. And he's pushed back on that one. Great play there by the Fountain Fort Carson defense. Led on that play by number 9, Dante Ritter.
Yeah, he diagnosed the outside screen play, wide receiver screen very, very quickly. He noticed that, hey, they're throwing it outside to Ty McGuire. Better get there before the ball does. Nearly does, but still makes the tackle and brings him back for an even bigger loss.
So third down, 3rd and 7 with a loss of 1. Nico Markiel, plenty of time, and caught by Bryce Sloan, first down. So they're looking to Bryce Sloan often, Hudson, as we probably could have guessed with Jackson Connolly being out. Bryce Sloan is that next guy behind him, and sometimes at points in front of him, even when Jackson Connolly is on the field.
Yeah, that's what makes the Raiders offense so lethal. They have 4 different wide receivers that are very, very good.
Nico Markiel, plenty of time on the right. Caught. Oh, no. Ty McGuire through the hands. So now 2 out of 3 in receptions tonight. They're going to him.
Yeah, and Ty McGuire has some touchdowns and some good catches on the season, but he's got to be shaking his head thus far this season. Has had some drop problems so far. He dropped that one there. He had a drop earlier in the game, so it's just these little fundamental catches that he needs to work on, but other than that, he's an amazing player.
He is, and very confident as well. Ty McGuire, he's been on varsity for about 3 years now. And this year he's starting to get plenty of playing time as David Doty's going to come up to the right. It looks like the entire roster on the opposing team is chasing him as he gains some nice yardage there, and they'll move it to a 3rd down play.
Yeah, they swarmed him there. Ton of players coming to that sideline just to get a shot at taking him down. So deadly is David Doty.
David Doty, such a powerful player, the king of the weight room. He's in there every day working, and you can see it pay off in football games every week, and such a fantastic player. Nico Markiel to the tight end, Clay Nanke, gonna run through, trying to leap for the first down.
They're gonna give it to him right there.
Clay Nanke playing great thus far as they'll move the chains for a first down. So the tight end getting some live action tonight on a very consistent basis.
Yeah, surprised I didn't see a hurdle there with all the hurdles from tight ends in the NFL.
Another dropped one by Ty McGuire there. So starting off the game a bit rusty. Don't doubt him, though. He can come alive at any point in any game. He's a star player on this roster.
Yeah, he's going to sub out here. That's 3 drops from Ty McGuire, but we expect him to right the ship. He's a fantastic player. Just having a little bit of yips possibly tonight.
And it happens to the best of us, Hudson, in every sport, and we're seeing it from him, but do not fear. He will come back strong. Nico Markiel. Hand off to David Doty, up the middle. Still going, down. Great carry there. It's going to be 3rd and short. Looks like it's going to be placed about 2 yards in front of that first down marker. So a gain of 8 for David Doty.
Yeah, look for them to go to Doty again. They just need 2 yards here.
Excuse me, a gain of 9. So 3rd and 1. David Doty, double clap. David Doty up the middle. Still going. David Doty. Let's see if they counted a touchdown.
Yeah, he's going to be short.
Just a
right
bit
there.
short, a great take. He was flailing there like a ballet dancer.
Yeah, David Doty, very powerful. But if you want to punch it in from this 2-yard line, you have a bunch of options. Not only is David Doty powerful, but Xavier Carroll, one of the best power backs I've ever seen.
Xavier Carroll doing a fantastic job as they get another touchdown there. The Raiders starting off hot in this game, and you have to be excited if you're a Raider fan, and on a cold night like this to be able to see the Raiders playing at such a high level, even though it's Fountain Fort Carson, still just the execution fantastic.
Yeah, and you can see so many things that the Raiders have done right. Even they have little mistakes that can be 100% corrected thus far.
Yes, as you see Jordy De La Torre through the uprights. He's 3 of 3 on extra points. Great play there.
Yeah, Jordy has a magnificent leg. He puts so much power into every kick that it's absolutely insane.
Yes.
His range could be farther than some college kickers, some NFL kickers. He has a leg that goes for miles.
He does, and you're going to hear about him throughout the season. He was a soccer player to start his sports career at Regis. I played with him on numerous soccer teams. Came in freshman, sophomore year and played, and then decided last year to play. He was a backup, and this year he's taken over for Mariano Adame, who was at that starting position last year, and he's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, he sure is. Here he is now with the kickoff. Expect this one to go for a touchback. He is a touchback machine.
He is. Jordy De La Torre going to boot this one straight back to the end zone once again, so they'll start this one at the 20. We're going to be seeing Clay Nanke, Brian Mottram, and Bryce Parsons leading this defense.
And you can't forget about Matthew Bear,
No,
sack
you can't.
leader on the year.
Taking lunches,
Taking
Jake.
your lunches. Matthew Bear, 8.5 sacks on the season. He's been an absolute beast on that front. Hasn't had a sack in a couple of games, but keeps pressuring the QB every single game.
Look to him for his defense. Very consistent, very strong, a great player in Matt Bear. So first down, again, the young QB, Thule, not starting off this game on a positive note.
Yeah, Raiders have 21 points, and Fountain Fort Carson's yet to get a first down.
They are, and we'll see how long it takes. They're going to run this one up the side. Immediately taken down. A gain of a couple yards. That was Xavier Carroll coming over to help.
I was thinking I may have had an announcer's jinx there. Great tackle, though, by Xavier Carroll to save that from happening.
Great tackle for sure.
This offense a little shaken. As we mentioned, the passing game can't be feeling too strong after throwing an early interception.
And you know, Hudson, when you're playing against a team like the Raiders who have a huge defense, you have to be scared.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm scared just looking from here.
Yeah, they definitely look big.
Mm-hmm.
Handoff here. Thule up the side. And short of that first down marker by about a yard or two. Let's see how much they give him.
Yeah, that was a great run there by Desmond Oliver. That may be the first we are seeing of him tonight. He's a star. He has 631 rushing yards on the season and 7 touchdowns. They've leaned on him this year for the bulk of their offense.
They have. Quick score update, as you guys know who tune into my broadcast often. Big basketball fan here, Jake Stewart and I. Nuggets playing tonight against the Phoenix Suns at home, opening night in the Pepsi Center. They're up 8-10 with 7:18 left to go in the first. I'll keep giving you some sports updates there. Hopefully Jokic and the Murray and such a great roster there can pull it out as Thule hands this one up the middle. First down, so they finally get their prayer answered there. And they'll move the chains.
Yeah, the first time moving the sticks there. The Trojans struggling on offense all night long. Let's see if this can give them a little bit of spark.
So, 3:56 left to go in this exciting but slow first quarter. Honestly, Hudson, it's a great game, but it's slow. 21-0 again, a big lead to start this one off as Thule faked. Oh, give me a break! What a play! Up the middle. That was Clay Nanke, 6'6" giant. He's taking lunches too now. God, 2 bullies in town.
Yeah, he just splits the middle right there, right through the defenders. Quarterback didn't even have any time to escape because of Nanke's athleticism, his absolute speed. Gets the sack there. What a great play by this Raiders defensive front.
2nd and 14 for Thule. Not great positioning for a young quarterback right now, especially with light movement. Sophia Marsnick helping us out as usual, assistant head of RJ Media. In the middle, Clay Nanke about to sack him. Up the side, a big run coming. Fountain Fort Carson.
Yeah, that's Oliver right there.
Yeah, that's definitely him. Desmond Oliver showing his athletic ability right there.
Yeah, he's showing why he's their number one option on their offense. Great play there. A little dump off passes. Clay Nanke absolutely crushes Tavian Tooley. Little dump off pass, though, to get the confidence up on their quarterback to Oliver, who just takes it a country mile right there, right up the field.
Definitely a great play there by Oliver. Very poised, very confident on that one. So first down at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 with 2:26 left to go in this first quarter. Tooley almost blocked. No good. That was number 4 for the Raiders getting in the way.
There is a flag on the field right now. Not sure what it is for. We'll wait to hear it. It was thrown in the Regis secondary. The ref's discussing right now what they think it's going to be.
Waiting here. And while we have this second to take a break, make sure to follow our social media pages, Raider Sports Network and RJ Media, going strong as usual. Again, as I just mentioned, Sophia Marcinik doing a great job, as she always does. Angela Surwa Marfo at home as well, always helping us out as usual. And just look at their coverage. They do such amazing work, and we're just so thankful, so look to it.
Yeah, that's going to be offensive pass interference there on Fountain Fort Carson right as they start to get hot. That's a 1st and 25 right now. That is, you know what, pretty far.
It is.
About 25% of the field right there they got to cover just to get another first down. It will be 1st and 25 here.
Good luck, Tooley, is all I can say to him. As the Nuggets only down by 2, 12-10. Tooley, take it down, Dallas Macias coming in hard and strong.
Yeah, he's only a sophomore. Not only does he play linebacker, but he's an amazing wide receiver. He had a catch last game. He had a touchdown catch last game. He had an interception last game. He's been playing out of his mind so far this season.
Great play. That's going to push him back another 4 yards. So it's now 2nd and 29. 21-0, still the score. Let's see if the Raiders can shut them out in this first quarter. Fake handoff, almost an Odell by number 20. That was Alicius Jones Jr. getting close there. Or my apologies, that was Trayshawn Taylor, the tight end senior, getting close on that one-handed catch. It will be a 3rd and 29. So Tooley having a really hard time gaining any kind of offensive momentum tonight as the Raiders defense has been smuggling, to say the least.
Yeah, this is not what you want to face if you're a quarterback.
Running up the middle. Oh my goodness. Taking it long.
Yeah, Desmond Oliver gaining back some of that yardage that they lost, but that is going to force 4th and about 14 there. 15-yard run there by Oliver.
So it's 4th and 14 as they bring the punt unit out. Number 6, Tayshawn Smith, going to be this one who punts it out. It's junior, 5'6", 157 pounds. Going to boot this one, and you're going to see Dallas Macias and Ty McGuire on your side of the screen getting ready to go here, and we'll see what they can produce. This one's going to bounce. And let's see when they'll stop it. They'll stop it at about the 27-yard line, and we will get going here.
Here we go now. Raiders offense trotting back out here on the field, led by Nico Markiel. They've been great all season long, already putting up 21 points in this game, and this defense shutting out Fountain Fort Carson as well. Both sides of the ball playing great for the Raiders here tonight.
Definitely some excellent play as we are seeing the Raiders offense come back out. The big man in the middle, Grayson Stovall, an absolute big talent, to say the least. He's going to be out there in the middle holding center with Nico Markiel and David Doty standing behind him. Let's see what he can do. Nico Markiel, plenty of time Plenty of time. He can go get a cupcake. Still going. Down. Gain of about a yard.
Yeah, using his legs there to get out of the pocket. He realized it was collapsing. Didn't have a lot of time left. He knew he had to take off. So what did he do? He took off, and he took off well. Gained a couple of much-needed yards there.
He did.
3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. So actually a gain of 3. My apologies. For Nika Markiel, who, as you've heard from Hudson multiple times and myself, a dual threat quarterback. Someone who's not only going to give you those passing plays, those handoffs, but he's going to take it himself too and get himself in the action, Hudson.
Yeah, he sure is. Timeout here.
So while there's a timeout on the field, we're going to take a timeout here on the Raider Sports Network to warm up here. Sam Stern, Hudson Ridley, Patrick Carlson, and Jack Vate. Welcome back, Raider Sports Network, and my apologies there. It is actually the end of the first quarter. It's such a great game that I lost track of the time, Patrick. It's just, oh, thank you for selling me out to the crowd, Patrick. Appreciate you. Yes, we're watching some Nuggets basketball here. Big NBA season starting. NFL NBA season's going strong and very exciting as the Suns are playing against the Nuggets tonight. Nico Markiel gets the snap over to Bryce Sloan, wide open on the left side. No one was even close to him as he gets that one wide open, and great play there. So first down for the Raiders, my apologies.
Pass is good for a first down.
That pass was good for a first down by Nico Markiel. Up onto the right side, caught by Dallas Macias. Fake to the left, still up. First down again. Great play by Dallas Macias, getting some major minutes tonight with the loss of Jackson Connolly in that starting lineup, and he's showing what he can do.
Yeah, he's surely becoming a bigger part of this offense. He's great. It's great to see them integrating him more into this team. Oh, what a cut.
The Raiders getting another one. They're playing very consistent right now, and they'll move the chains once again. They're playing great right now. They're playing very consistent is the word to describe it.
Yeah, what a cut there from Nico Markiel just to get around. That's exactly what you like to see.
Nico Markiel handoff to David Doty up the left, still going. David Doty up the middle. And way more than a first down. He's looking great to start.
Yeah, great awareness, following his blockers there, making some great cuts to gain yards on yards on yards there and move the sticks for the Raiders. This offense is hot right now.
Nico Markiel, first down. Plenty of time once again over the top, looking for Bryce Sloan. There will be a flag on the play. That's on 22 for Fountain Ford Carson, Devontae Lynch.
Yeah, that's a definite pass interference right there, or at least a holding. He had his hands all over him before the pass was even coming.
That was Bryce Sloan being held on that one as Devontae Lynch still upset on that.
Number 22.
Yep, and they are going to get him from holding there. So a 10-yard penalty, and that's going to move the sticks again for the Raiders. So many problems here tonight for Regis Jesuit. I mean, excuse me, not Regis Jesuit. Fountain Ford
God
Carson.
It's not Regis
yeah, thank
Jesuit,
goodness
Hudson.
it's not us.
Ugh. First down, Markiel. Let's see what he decides to do here. Very smart. Hands it off to David Doty up the middle, and they finally catch him.
Oh, and that's going to be a fumble from David Doty. And they appear to be calling it for Fountain Fort Carson. That is a fumble there from David Doty. You do not often see that. That probably the first offensive mistake the Raiders have been tonight. Hopefully it does not shake their confidence too much here.
So David Doty losing that one there. Not, as you said, not something you see from him on a regular basis. A very smart running back, someone who can hold that ball strong, but loses it there, and it will be Fountain Fort Carson taking it with Thule.
Yeah, very unfortunate there, but the Raiders defense playing tough all night. I'm sure they can get this stop here, get the Raiders offense back on the field, and get some more confidence into your running back, Doty.
Thule coming back out onto the field for the Trojans. Let's see what he can do. They need some kind of momentum shifter. And the Raiders annihilate that play with speed and great execution.
Yeah, that went back a couple of yards there. About 3 or 4 yards there on the sack. And yes, they are going to call it a 2nd and 14. One more of those and you got a safety. Just about.
Very impressive defense by the Raiders. A very quiet night here. Again, the Raiders celebrating Armed Forces Night. Veterans, past veterans, and people who were in the Armed Forces today, so we thank them for their service, and you're going to see them all around tonight as here comes Fountain Fort Carson up the middle. The Raiders wall comes in and pushes them back. Oh my goodness, Hudson, just flat out annihilating this team right now.
Yeah, it's really hard to go up against that Raiders front. So strong on the inside. There's just no way you can get up the middle most of the time.
The Raiders starting off really well on both ends of the field. Let's see if the Raiders can keep up that great play. Here we go. Thule again, the 9th grade quarterback. Very young for the Trojans.
It's going to be a flag on the play before it even starts. Looks like that's going to be against the Raiders. Yep, encroachment on the defense. Not what you want to see there. That's going to push the Raiders back on their heels just a little bit, but is still going to be 3rd down and 3 here now.
3rd and 3 for the Trojans. Let's see if the Raiders can end this run here and shut them out once again. It's been slim pickings for this Fountain Fort Carson team so far. Thule with players in motion. Another one. Taking his time. Off the snap, up the middle. Stopped once again. That's Brian Mottram leading that. And an immediate 4th down. And you look at Coach Davis Brendel, and he's shaking his head like, could this be any easier, Hudson?
Yeah, I know. The Trojans there trying to use some trickery there on the offense, putting some receivers there in motion, but it's hard to trick this Regis Jesuit team. So well coached. Sniffed that out immediately. Stopped them for the run, but they are going to give them the 1st down here.
Really?
Interesting there. Interesting spot. Do not believe that was within 2 yards.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
Yep.
Well, either way, it will be a 1st down here for Fountain Fort Carson as they had enough there. So let's see if the Raiders can do a quick 3 and out here against Thule in this very slow Fountain Fort Carson offense tonight. Thule with the low snap. With time, he's going to throw this one deep. Almost caught. That was number 5 for Fountain Fort Carson. Getting there. It was in his hands and he was ready to go. That was Kobe Harden.
Yeah, not a great play there. Quarterback threw a great ball for a freshman. That was a very, very on-target pass there, right in his hands. But unfortunately for the Trojans, just a miserable drop right there. And that is going to keep them at 2nd and 10 here now.
2nd and 10 for Fountain Fort Carson. Coming up on a tough play there by Kobe Harden. Dallas Macias almost with the pick as well. Oh, and Fountain Fort Carson defense getting a little, or offense getting a little trickery.
Yeah, they are both sides pointing at each other. Going to see who they're going to call it on here. It looked like a little jump there from Regis. We'll see who it goes against here. And he's about to call a false start, but it's going to be encroachment on the defense that is going to bring up 2nd and 5 here. Could have called it either way, but it is going to be against the Raiders here.
2nd and 5 for Fountain Fort Carson Trojans. Let's see what the defense can do. Drop there. Oh, it's on the ground. It's on the ground. Still on the ground.
Still rolling.
And the Raiders are on it. Let's see what they call.
Let's see.
Yes, sir. Raiders all over that one. It was jumbled all over the field, and they get to it.
Yeah, great play for the Raiders ball. Good job by the defense using their hands, picking that one up, and all of a sudden the offense is back out there. Already a 21-0 lead. Let's see if they can push this even farther by halftime.
So the Raider offense coming onto the field led by Nico Markiel, this time with Pyrese Miller and David Doty on his left and right. Let's see what they both can do. They're a great duo tandem. Nico Markiel. Off the snap. Hands it off to Pyrese Miller up the right. And he's thrown down with anger by number 4 for the Trojans, coming in strong. That was, what a play there, and that was on the side. That was Nick Neely getting in the action.
Yeah, I tried to almost suplex him there. Interesting move for the tackle there, but it winds up as a loss of yards here for the Raiders. So 2nd and 15 is what they're working with here.
2nd and 15, as you heard there. Big play coming for the Raiders. Love to get something done. Nico Markiel, handoff to David Doty, working up the side. Stops. Keeps going, still up, down. Let's see how many yards they give him, if at all.
Yeah, a whole lot of work for a couple of yards there, but Doty has shown his ability to stay upright, keep those legs moving, has the awareness to know, I can't cut it to the outside anymore. I'm going to cut it back in. Gets a good amount of yards there for what he was given. And the Raiders are now going to have a 3rd and 13.
Double clap. Nico Markiel, better hurry, still up, flag on the ground. And down once again. That was a 3rd down play. Let's see who the flag is on. Hudson, have any idea?
Yeah, based on how it was in the Raiders' backfield and Nico Markiel got a chance to escape that, could be against the Raiders, possibly a holding there. Let's see what they call. Yeah, there's going to be a holding on the offense there, and that's going to push them back a little bit. That's going to be on David Doty there.
And this brings me to a topic that I was going to talk to you about, Hudson, because it is interesting, and we're seeing it in action right now. You talk about a team of the Raiders. We're going to keep saying it over and over again. They're a very talented team, very consistent, but Hudson, we see them fall asleep at times, and on both ends of the court. And what is it going to take for the Raiders to take that next step in staying in a rhythm and not getting out of it?
Yeah, well, they really need to be disciplined. They can fall asleep at the wheel, and that's not what you want.
Nico Markiel, way! Bryce Sloan! Through the legs. Has to do them dirty on that one.
Now they're cooking with gas here, but both offenses stopping here. Looks like it's going to be a...
Ooh,
they're
incomplete.
going to call that incomplete.
Oh, it looked good from here.
Yeah, it sure
Either way,
did.
it was a great way to get open.
Yeah. Looks complete for where we were at, but that is going to be ruled incomplete. Going to bring up a 4th and long here, and they're going to keep the offense on the field. They need about 1 million right here.
But you talk about a quarterback in Nico Markiel. Who can do it with David Doty? Is he going to hand this one off? Yes, he is.
Oh,
David
my
Doty
goodness.
going for a little jog. Going for a jog up the middle. Spin move. Still up. David Doty What a play. Let's see if that was enough.
Yeah, no, that's not going to do it. Just nearly about a yard shy. And yeah, they're not going to give it to him as the defense trots back onto the field here. Very gutsy play call to trust your running back from that far out, but he nearly does it.
A great run, though, by David Doty. Thought he had it there, but couldn't get it. And Thule and the Trojans are back out here, and we're seeing them way more often, Hudson, than we did in the first quarter.
Yeah, we sure are. They have shut down the Raiders' offense on the last 2 possessions, so now we are seeing their offense out here. They did get in a little bit of a rhythm, then followed by a fumble. Then they did have that good defensive play with some mistakes from the Raiders. So that's 2 defensive stops in a row. Let's see if that gives their offense some breathing room here.
Thule at the 10-yard line. Brian Mottram coming in hard and fast. Almost picked by Pyrese Miller. What defense by the Raiders, and Pyrese Miller was getting in the way of that one.
Yeah, Dervin Taylor and Pyrese Miller combining on the coverage right there. Either of them could have gone for the interception. Both of them went for the man there instead. If they just had a one or another there, that could have been an interception. But no, that is going to force a 2nd and 10. And as you mentioned, Brian Mottram, that was close. Coming off the side there, a lot of pressure, a lot of speed, and just nearly got that sack.
Yeah, he was wanting to take some lunches too, for sure. Thule, patient, waiting for the call. Thule, handoff, off to the side. Fountain Fort Carson.
That's Oliver right there.
Oliver, Hudson, to your point at the beginning of the broadcast, he's their main focal point of the offense right now.
Yeah, he's their only thing good that has been going for them all night. He's able to get those first down runs. He's got a lot of speed, but most of all, he's got that awareness. He knows when to cut it and when to not, what holes to go through. He has been great in the run game all night, and that's their only bright spot here so far.
Yes, he has, and if they can keep utilizing his play, they'll be in great shape. Thule, first down play here. Hands it off to Oliver once again, cutting up the left side. Down and a flag on the field. Let's see who this one's going to be on.
Looks like one ref pointing for a block in the back. Interesting, and it looks like it's going to be on Fountain Fort Carson here. That is going to back their offense up significant amount. Yep, block in the back.
10 yards. Replay first.
Yep, block in the back there on Fountain Fort Carson, and that is going to move them even farther back. Not really what you want to see there. Just undisciplined play from number 3, Malik McClarity.
First and 18.
And Malik McClarity, a player that we've brought up multiple times, receives punts as well as a wide receiver and someone who has been consistent tonight.
Yeah, he's short, only 5'7", but he's tough.
He is. Here we go, up the middle. Dropped. So both teams, Hudson, getting some great wide open plays, but just not catching the ball.
Yeah, not capitalizing when you need to. That's the fundamentals. Think and catch before you run. Fountain Fort Carson has about 5 drops here on the night. The Raiders have about 3. Not what you want to see when these quarterbacks are placing the ball very well tonight.
Definitely. As Thule looking over to the sideline for the play.
Wide receivers in motion here. Let's see what they do.
With time, goes up the left side. That's Brian Mottram coming over to help once again. Great defense by the Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders combining to force a lot of tackles here tonight. That is going to bring out 2nd and about 13, 14 here. Third down, excuse me. About 13, 14.
3rd and 14 from their own 25.
Yeah, they have not been great on 3rd downs this far tonight, and a 3rd and very long here. Be surprised if they convert this, but the Raiders still need to buckle down on defense to force this. You don't want to have them gain any momentum.
Coming in hard, down on the ground. And the Raiders are on it. Let's see who the flag's on. Clay Nanke clapping his hands. It could be on the Raiders. Oh, this would be a big one.
Oh, but the ref is pointing towards the Fountain Fort Carson side.
Which, if that's the case, I would assume they'd waive it, right?
Yeah, they have to. They'd get possession then. Yeah, continuing to point in their direction, in the direction of Fountain Fort Carson here. Refs still yet to make a call here.
Yeah, taking a while. Trying to see if this play will be declined.
They are looking towards the Fountain Fort Carson sideline, so possibly, yeah, it's going to be a face mask.
Personal foul. Face mask.
Yeah.
15 yards from the fumble spot. Still third down.
Yeah, that's going to be face mask on defense. Bad penalty there. That is going to move the spot even farther down. Still a third down, so they still do have hope, but just crushing for the Raiders there, who nearly had a turnover.
Definitely crushing there, but it will be a repeat third down.
Wide receivers coming out right now.
Tooley, the quarterback. Let's see what kind of decision making he does here. Very low snap. Brian Mottram coming in hot. What a catch. Oh, and it's out. And another flag on the ground. And the coaching staff for the Raiders are very upset.
What could that be on? There was nothing. There was nothing there.
It could be on the Raiders because most of them are still on the field. Let's see. Nope, they're coming out. So a fumble on the field. Let's see what the flag's on, though, exactly.
Yeah, huddling up here. Let's see who they call it on now.
After the fumble, sideline warning, Regis. They're first.
Given a sideline warning, there is Regis, but that does mean they are going to take over after the fumble here as the offense trots out back onto the field. Now on this drive, it is impeccable that you, excuse me, sorry, I don't know why I used that word. It's
Great try.
Yeah, it's very important that you get a touchdown here. You need it, demoralize the opponent. Very, very important.
Markiel, Doty on the right. Markiel with time. High to Bryce Sloan. No good. Incomplete. Second down for the Raiders.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 here. At this point, don't know who you'd go to here.
Nico Markiel going deep. Oh, that was a rocket to Bryce Sloan in that attempt. Third down.
Yeah, great to avoid the sack there. Had an open throw, just overthrew him a little bit. That would have been an absolutely amazing play by Nico Markiel had he made that throw.
The Raiders slow right now in this second quarter. Still a score of 21-0, so they have not scored in this second quarter. Nico Markiel. Plenty of time. Collapsing on him. Big throw, and it's caught.
But by Fountain Fort Carson.
And another thing, Hudson, Nico Markiel doesn't do that too often.
Yeah, he doesn't usually have interception troubles. He was very pressured there, and he was hit as he threw. Sometimes, if you don't have an open man or you don't feel comfortable about a throw, you just have to throw it out of bounds there. Still a young quarterback, still learning. Felt like he had that, but he really didn't there. Just overthrows it a little bit. Fountain Fort Carson picks that off. It has been a turnover war. Turnovers for each team here in the game going back and forth thus far. Fountain Fort Carson will take over. First down from about there, 16, 17 from that area.
So we're closing in, 3:55 left to go in this second quarter. As both teams figuring it out right now, to say the least. They're running up the middle, and the Raiders are pushing them back. Great play. That's the Raider wall getting in the way. Second down.
Yeah, it's hard to run that ball against the Raider front. So tough, so physical, just stopping them there.
Let's see if the Raiders have another 2 in them so that they can bring this offense onto the field, hopefully, for another time in this second quarter. 2nd and 5 for the Trojans here. 3:40 left to go in this one. They hand it up into the middle.
Oh, fumble there. It's on the ground.
Let's see.
Looked to be on the ground.
Close, but it will be a first down. They were able to hold it.
Yeah.
As Coach McPhee is pacing the lines right now, trying to get his roster a little bit more hyped. Just the way that the sideline looks right now, it's very quiet and very non-energetic, especially with the start like the Raiders had. You'd think they'd be a little bit more hyped up.
Yeah, with a 21 lead, you definitely did see that sideline, especially in the first quarter, get very energized, but they haven't scored this second quarter, only 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
Colby Jaramillo there, and earlier in the season, he was out for a game with suspension, and we won't talk about that for very much, but ever since he's come back, he hasn't skipped a beat.
Yeah, he's been a force combining on that tackle there, but once they turned him to the linebacker, Dallas Vicius, he buried him there. It's going to be a 2nd and 5 here for the Trojans.
A 5-yard gain. Tooley. Let's see what he decides to do here. Very low snap. It's dropped. He's going to have to run it himself, and Clay Nanke read that to perfection. And he's down.
Yeah, stuffed there, gaining only about a yard, maybe a half a yard.
So the Raider offense getting ready to potentially come back onto the field. If the Raiders can get a big stop here, they definitely need some kind of momentum shifter.
Yeah, definitely. The momentum feels like now that Fountain Fork Carson isn't getting a lot of points scored on them, feels like they've kind of taken this momentum away from this Regis Jesuit team, even though they haven't even crossed half field. Here they go now.
Tooley with plenty of time. He's running up the right sideline, fakes a throw. Didn't phase Colby Jaramillo at all, and he helps out there.
Yeah, great tackle there by the Raiders. Going to stop him short of the first down. Is going to be about a 3rd down and 1.
Let's see if the Raiders can get a must-needed stop here.
Oh, way bad spot there. That's going to move the chains.
It is.
Yeah, bad spot there. Not what you want to see from this officiating crew. Just moving the sticks there for Fountain Fort Carson on what should have been a 3rd down. But nevertheless, the Raiders defense holding strong here tonight. I have faith with everything that they've done so far tonight that they can make a great stop here.
No doubt. They have the roster capabilities to do so. Tooley. Off the snap, high, almost intercepted by
Grayson Stovall. What a play there. Sniffed the screen out there. Grayson Stovall absolutely buries him in the backfield.
Excellent play there by Grayson Stovall. You're going to see him. He's the man in the middle in both the defensive and offensive lineups and lines. He's been fantastic, Hudson. We don't talk about him enough. He's such a fantastic player for this roster.
Receiving one of his first D1 offers for Charlotte recently.
Huge.
He's a huge playmaker for both the offense and defensive side of the ball. And with that, that is going to do it for the first half of football. Raiders on top, 21-0 at the half.
A great first half of Raider football, 21-0. We'll see what the Raiders can do in this second half. Let's see if they can bring up the energy and close this one out against Fountain Fort Carson Trojans. Again, my name is Sam Stern. Hudson Ridley doing a fantastic job alongside Patrick Carlson and Jack Fate. Tune in to this halftime show. It's going to be great. Again, Armed Forces Night. Listen up, watch, It's going to be great. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you in 15.
Good morning, Raiders. I'm Will Cassidy, joined once again by a special guest. This time we have the heir to the throne of the Ministry of Fizz.
Hey, Timmy. Thanks for having me on the show, Will. This week on RJTV, we talk about tennis state champions,
info about the Unified Pep Rally, and the return of Between Two Freshmen. That and more this week on RJTV.
Last week, tennis won its second state championship in a row.
The team went into the final day of competition, Saturday, with the slightest of leads, and then won 5 of their final 7 matches to walk away with the coveted gold trophy.
Individual state championships were earned by all 3 of our singles players, Morgan Schilling, Andy Schulling, and Cameron Krupp.
In addition, our doubles team of Nathan Tolva and Alexander Samuelson also captured a state title.
Skylar Kane, Olivia Catalano, and Morgan Anderson give us a look into how the championships played out.
It's Saturday morning at Gates Tennis Center, and Regis Varsity Tennis is ready to take on Day 3 of the state championships. In order to win their second state title in a row, they would have to give it their all, with 1, 2, and 3 singles and 1 and 4 doubles all in the finals.
Going into the season, I felt really ready. The season went really well, and I was really confident with my partner. Well, we were very big on starting really strong and keeping momentum going throughout the match, and we did that. We won the first 6-2 really quickly. We were up 3-0 and fell behind quickly after that, and spent the rest of the second set fighting back, but eventually won it in a tiebreak.
Senior captain Nathan Tolva played in 4 dubs with his partner Alex Samuelson, but this wasn't the first time he's played in the finals.
So last year did not end the way I wanted it to. We lost in the finals. Obviously achieving what I fell short of last year on the same court.
Junior captain Morgan Schilling also experienced an upset from last year's championship, which certainly fired him up for a win this year.
I lost in the finals last year, so coming to this match I was pretty nervous. And I was pretty confident because I played this kid earlier in the season and I beat him, but he had a really good win in the semis, so I was still pretty intimidated. And it was pretty tight, but I got the job done. Winning this year was different than winning the state title last year because I won my individual too, so it's just even more special.
The championship goes to Regis Jesuit.
I'm happy the whole team could win. Freshmen, it's their first time winning state title and they don't know what that's like, so it's pretty cool for them to experience it.
This is Morgan Anderson, Skylar Kane, and Olivia Catalano for Raider Sports Network.
Thanks, Skylar, Morgan, and Olivia. Don't forget to dress up on Halloween for our Unified Pep Rally and basketball game featuring the Rowdies versus the Unified team. The theme is Halloween dress up, and the Pep Rally is Heroes versus Villains.
I think it's going to be a close game, Will.
Yeah, I've been working on my half-court shot.
Also, continue sending in submissions for the Mom Prom logo design contest. The winner gets $75. I'm definitely winning that contest, Will.
Press X to doubt. Now it's time for our weekly rabble piece.
Will is bringing us a brand new Between Two Freshmen.
So last time we had Trico, did we lose our budget or something? No? Okay. Hello. Welcome to Between Two Freshmen. I'm Will Cassidy. Today I'm here with RJ, resident weightlifting coach and vegan, Nick Fagnan.
Hi.
Give him the peace sign as per usual, hippie. So I see you're starting to, you got a little stubble. When are you going to start to grow your beard?
It's not funny. I thought it was supposed to be funny.
Yeah. So we have a picture of you from a couple of years ago with this muscle building product.
Oh yeah.
So you obviously don't use this.
No.
Yeah, it shows.
I know.
Yeah.
My heart's my biggest muscle.
And this is true that you drive a Prius and publicly show it?
I drive a Honda Insight. It's the Prius Lite.
And does that difference make a lot of, does that matter to you a lot?
No, I mean, I took a pretty big pay cut to come work at Regis, you know. A lot of us sacrificed a lot to be here, so it was just the cheaper option because we love you guys so much.
So our dress code, and you are a big fan of the dress code, as we know, says no, loud shirts or anything, so this makes me feel like I'm looking at TV static. So, aren't you breaking dress code?
No, I'm a grown man. I can wear the shirts I want.
I have a knock-knock joke for you.
Okay.
Knock-knock.
Who's there?
Not you anymore. Goodbye. We'll see you next week when I have someone else.
Wow. Mr. Fagnan is such a funny guy. I'm in stitches. A real knee slapper. Thanks for having me on the show, Will.
If you want to see more of Baberham here, come see RJHS Theater's production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, coming out next Friday. Get your tickets now.
Before you go, we have some information about the diaper drive.
Hey everyone, the diaper drive is still still going on right now, but there are only 9 days left for you guys to bring those diapers in. Last year, we were the largest student-run drive in the country, and we want to break our record, so we need your help to bring in as many diapers as possible. These diapers will be going to pregnancy centers to help poor mothers and their babies in need. So bring them in. The moms and their babies will thank you. This is Angela Saramarfo for RJTV.
That's it for this week. I'm Abe Timmy.
And I'm Will Cassidy. Have a dandy day, Raiders.
Welcome back to the Raiders Sports Network. Sam Stern alongside Hudson Ridley and Patrick Carlson, as well as Jack Fade on camera.
Getting ready to kick off the second half here. The Raiders coming onto the field. The Fountain Fort Carson Trojans elected to defer, so they will get the ball in this first half.
To start the second half, Regis Jesuit.
Who had the list right off?
Oh,
probably, you know, it was Antonio Sandoris.
He had the list he was reading off. Oh, he's literally right down here, below here. Right here, yeah. Sorry about that. Talking to the amazing Michael Manugian's father. Such a great guy, just like Michael. Just two great people.
Sophia Marcinek, another great person.
Sorry about that. Random person getting on mic. Just kidding, Sophia Marcinek, assistant co-head of RJ Media. She's doing a fine job.
Fountain Fort Carson offense here, trotting onto the field now. They got a freshman quarterback still out there, Tavian Tooley. He has one interception on the night and a fumble.
Let's see what Tavian Tooley can do here. Oh my goodness, another bobbled snap. And Colby Jarmio's the first to get to him.
Wow, what a play there by the Raiders. Absolutely swarming Tavian Tooley there, who bobbles the snap. Some more jitters there from the freshman. These nerves of this game, this very intense game, are really getting to him.
And Hudson, summarizing that first half, you're talking about two teams. I wouldn't say either team played fantastic, even though the Raiders were up 21-0. The first quarter was great, but the second quarter I just didn't see enough from the Raiders. Not that punch, that sucker punch that we're used to seeing from this squad. So what can the Raiders do to turn that around?
Yeah, I mean, once you go up, you got to put them away. So offensive production is key in the second half.
Brian Mottram coming through, chasing Tooley, going deep.
No.
And no good. Off to the right sideline at the 40, and that will be incomplete. Third down.
Yeah, threw that one way out of bounds there. Not what you want from your quarterback there. He is just a freshman. He has those jitters. But we saw our quarterback, Nico Marchiol, make plenty of throws there as a freshman. So as a benchmark, that was not a great thing to do.
No. So 3rd and 16, 11:04 left to go in this second half. Again, Sam Stern, Hudson Ridley, Patrick Carlson, and Jack Fate here with you tonight. We're so glad to be here in this doubleheader, the second part of it tonight, Raider football. And that's Tooley for Fountain Fort Carson, throwing it right into the hands of Dallas Macias. He's still up. And let's see if he's in there. No, he's short.
Oh, just short. That is his second interception in 2 games, back-to-back games with an interception here thus far. In these last 2 games, he has been a beast, not only on the offensive side of the ball with a touchdown last game, nearly a touchdown on that interception run back there. He is on fire. Let's see if the Raiders can punch it in here on 1st and goal. A much-needed punch to put this Fountain Fort Carson team nearly away.
Excellent play there by Dallas Macias to get in the way and intercept that one, as it will be in the Raiders' direction. And a great momentum shifter, as that's the type of play you need if you want to start off the half on a better note.
Yeah, it sure is.
Nico Marchiol with David Doty and Eddie Maxfield on his right. The first time we've seen him.
Gonna run an option.
And let's see if he's in the end zone. He is. Touchdown Marchiol. Second of the evening for him.
Yeah, great awareness there. Nico Marchiol, he knows when to pitch it on that option and when to keep it for himself. Right there, either option could have worked, but it would have been better had he taken it himself. He did. He used his physicality, he used his strength, and he punched that ball into the end zone. 27-0 Raiders.
Very impressive by Nico Marchiol. And then here's Jordy De La Torre trying to go 4 of 4 with his extra points. And it's blocked. by Fountain Fort Carson.
Yeah, the only extra points we've seen him miss this year have been blocked on that offensive line when you need it. You got to shore it up, especially on special teams for the offensive line. When you're kicking a field goal, you cannot let them get around the edges. They've consistently been able to get around the edges for this Regis Jesuit team. And an undefeated team, you don't have a lot of flaws, but that is certainly one of them. Better blocking when it comes to special teams.
Yeah, it's a problem, Hudson, because every time we see Jordi De La Torre miss, it's because that line has let in the opposing team, and they get in the way every time.
Exactly, because he's not going to miss that by himself.
No, he will not. He will not. Very reliable, to say the least. You can definitely rely on him in most situations, and he will prevail. Jordi De La Torre going to kick this one off for the 4th time tonight. De La Torre. Huge kick to the back of the end zone and a touchback starting at the 20. So we're seeing a Fountain Fort Carson offense led by Thule and Hudson. It has been undeniable in the sense that they cannot get anything going tonight.
Yeah, that's certainly right. They've had struggles at that quarterback position. They have had some good times with the offense. Desmond Oliver has been quite good so far in this game, but they're not leaning on him enough to score, and now it could be too late. You need 4 scores to be up in this game.
It's big here for Fountain Fort Carson if they want to stick in this one. They're running it up the right sideline, and it's going to be a good gain. I'm thinking about 5. Let's see what they give them. 2nd, and let's see how close I was. 2nd and 5. Perfect. Right on the nail. At the 25-yard line. A defense, as we've mentioned, led by Matt Baer, Clay Nanke, Bryce Parsons, and so many more. Grayson Stovall, we've talked about him too. And it's just so it's the depth, Hudson.
Yeah.
Oh,
stopping
it's amazing.
the run up front with big bodies, and those corners have been amazing.
Is going to be a run by 3 Malik McClarity, who we've talked about multiple times this evening.
Yeah, he's a Swiss Army knife. He can catch passes deep down the field, but when you want those outside runs with speed, McClarity's the guy to go to. Not a big guy, but he uses that heart over height and that speed to his advantage to get out and get in front.
Love it. 3rd down and 2, so 3rd and short at the 28 for the Trojans. Big one coming here. Let's see if the Raiders can get a much-needed stop here.
Play is going to be blown dead beforehand. There's going to be
timeout.
Yeah.
So timeout on the field for the Trojans. And while we have this timeout, we're going to take a quick timeout here on RSN.
Go.
3rd and 2 here for Thule. And the Trojans, he's going to take it in himself.
Oh, he didn't get that.
And in the words of Patrick, he did not get that.
Did he? Yeah, no, it looks like they're going to move the chains.
Patrick Carlson.
Come on.
We need you in the Raider horse suit.
Yeah, a little bit of a bad spot there. Not what you want to see. Moving the chains there on a bad spot. Just unfortunate there for the Raiders. Forces a 1st down here now for Fountain Fort Carson.
First and 10 at the 30. 27-0 is your score right now. The Raiders have their name covered all over it. With time high, almost intercepted by Pyreese Miller with one hand. Would have been a great Odell.
Yeah, that would have been absolutely amazing had he gotten that. Can't get that one there, though. Sadly, that would have been yet another interception on the night.
So 2nd and 10 for the Trojans.
He's too busy watching basketball.
Excuse me, Patrick?
Oh, I was
Give me a shout out.
Sophia Marcinick doing a great job on the sidelines.
Wow. Do be like that, I guess.
Up the middle, still going. Down. Raiders get to him.
Still too busy watching basketball.
Oliver carries for an 8-yard gain.
It was a
8-yard gain on the play, yeah.
Still 3rd down.
Let's see what they can do here. They haven't had much going for them on offense tonight. They need something big to come up here. Some quick strike plays and get past half field for the first time in this game. They have not yet gotten past that half field line.
They do. They're getting closer and closer. Quick handoff. And they're going for a run.
Oh, man.
They're past half field and more.
Midfield.
And down.
Oh, but a fumble, it appears.
Nope, no fumble.
Are they... No fumble. Looked like it from this angle. And what a terrible announcer's jinx right there. That may be one of my worst ones of all time. Hadn't crossed half field yet. Right when we said it, they did. I apologize to Raider fans out there. My bad.
I accept your apology.
Thank you.
This handoff is up the middle for Fountain Fort Carson. Taken down. About a 6-yard gain.
Oliver carries again.
Oliver is the primary reception and rushing leader for this Trojan squad. He is Thule's main pass-first option.
Both quarterbacks here warming up on the sidelines with a 27-point lead. If they force a stop here, no points on the board, we could see backup QB Brandon Severance out there for the first time this season.
Yeah, Severance would love to have some time.
Yeah, he's been dealing with some injuries. I talked with him before the game. If he gets in, throws a touchdown pass, that'll be absolutely great for his confidence. A quarterback that could be a starter at so many other different places chooses to be at Regis.
And he's training under such a great quarterback in Nico Markiel, who is so young, but he's a leader.
Yeah,
he's
he
a sophomore leader and someone who is the next generation of Jeremy Lamb, who is our former quarterback here, and Justin Lamb, sorry. That was an NBA player.
Too many basketball references.
I'm sorry.
He's watching.
And he's still going.
Oh, wow.
20, 10. And the Raiders come and stop him, thank God.
Yeah, that was Oliver right there. Desmond Oliver looking for his 8th rushing touchdown on the season. And just like that, the Trojans' offense is cooking with gas. Looks like they took my recommendation, sadly, up here to keep going to Oliver, because that's what they need to do to get back in this game. The Raiders have not had an answer for Oliver all night long, and yet they keep trying to trust the arm of Tavian Thule here. Interesting.
Let's see if Thule can pull through. They really could use his help tonight.
Yeah, he'd need to manufacture a drive on this one. Play blown dead. Looks like it's going to be a timeout right there.
Timeout for Fountain Fort Carson. Their second timeout of this second half. Let's see what they decide to do here. Now, Hudson, we're seeing this Raider defense, who obviously is their only player who they're playing against right now, who is really getting to them, is Oliver.
Yeah,
what can they do to get him to stop him?
Well, they need to get outside runs and diagnose when it's going to be a run. If you see a run set in there, most likely they're going to run it. Thule has been terrible thus far this night 2 interceptions and a fumble, no touchdowns here, so you can expect them to go to Oliver. So if you see a run set, you got to think 99% of the time that's going to Oliver because that's the one you haven't had an answer from. The second thing you can do, just up the intensity. Get to the outside faster than he can. When he's a great back when he gets to the outside because he uses that blazing speed down the sidelines, and stopping him here would give a big boost to your confidence and demoralize him.
Huge boost. Huge boost. Let's see what Fountain Fort Carson can do here. This is a huge play to tell you the truth, both teams.
Yeah,
it's
sure
a huge
is.
momentum builder here. If they can get it up the side, still going, and the Raiders are able to chase him down. He was going for a long run there, doing some cross country.
Like we said, he's a great back once he gets outside. That seems to be the thing all night. But the Raiders, like I said, diagnosing that run before it happened. They had a run set. They swung to the outside. Oliver not gaining any ground there. Stuffed. Great job diagnosing that play. Raiders defense and stopping him before he can get any more yards. That'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Second and 9, 7:01 left to go here. Raiders playing some great defense.
So now this is going to bring up a 3rd down here. Now this is a crucial play for both teams, and you got to think at this point in the game, this is 4-down territory for Fountain Fort Carson. So the next couple plays coming up, you got to think touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. The Raiders have got to stop them from getting into the end zone and getting any momentum here on their side. Demoralize this opponent and send yourself higher in the standings.
Big one coming here. Working up the side, it's Oliver. Has time and space. Touchdown. Oliver gets the first touchdown of the game for Fountain Fort Carson. 27-6.
Yeah, he got outside there. That's the one thing you can't let him do. Bounces to the outside, and then he just uses that absolute speed. He is great at turning the corner, and that's something you got to stop here if you're Regis. This is the first time we're going to see their kicker here tonight.
Yeah, first live action for him. That's 48 for the Trojans. And that field goal is no good. And they're pleading to the refs how it wasn't. That was Harris Owen, the junior.
Very interesting there. Look, I'm no football player. Yep. I'm no kicker. But look, probably could have made that one. I mean, it's an extra point, and it's a short extra point because it's high school rules. You get that really close, about 2-yard line, just a little easy pop up, not super hard, and he pushes that one. Not a ton of wind here tonight, and even though there is a little bit, it is heading all the way north, so nothing really to shake him, just a bad kick there, and that sends a little bit of momentum Regis's way.
And we are so sorry to those those of you who were tuning in last game. We will not have any Telemundo translations tonight. I know it was so exciting to hear our wonderful RJ Media co-helper Mariano Adame getting on and doing his muy bien Espanol speaking. Very impressive, and a shout out to Mariano Adame tuning in with us live as well. So this is, again, Harris Owen gonna kick this one off for Fountain Fort Carson, his first kickoff of tonight.
Ooh, it's an onside.
And the Raiders
for it. Oh, wow, the hand scheme.
No way.
Big mistake there. Who dove on it?
This is big.
They got it.
It is going to be... Raider ball here. Big break there for the Raiders. The hands team nearly messing up there, not ready for that onside kick. And if you're Fountain Fort Carson, that's a smart play. I wasn't expecting that, but you need to get something going. Regis Jesuit not going to be ready for that onside kick. They showed it there. So a smart play to try to catch him off guard. Execution was nearly there, just caught a bad break.
So Nico Markiel out here for the first time in this third quarter. Nico Markiel off the snap with David Doty on his left. Gonna hand it off to him. Pushing his way through. He wants at least a yard, and he may not have gotten it. Let's see.
Yeah, they're going to give him about a yard on that one. Kept his legs moving. Did a ton of work there to only get a yard. But that's the kind of toughness we've seen out of Doty all year long. He is strong. He's tough. He's physical. And just when you think you have him, he just keeps on pushing.
As I say every broadcast, you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
That is very, very true.
Nico Markiel up the middle. Ty McGuire. Hudson, what is going on tonight?
I don't know. Maybe a case of the yips? Something like that? Yeah, not great right here. I mean, this may not be his game, and I'm not into subbing out a ton of people, but maybe consider a little bit of substitution just so he can get right on the sidelines a little bit to get out there. We have a deep wide receiving core. It'd be good to see some of these young guns in here, too.
Third down, Nico Markiel. Not going to hand it off to David Doty this time. Instead, going to look to the left. Looking toward Bryce Sloan, and he stopped. Incomplete.
Yeah, that's going to bring up fourth down here, and that's going to send on the punt team. This is the first punt tonight for our punter and running back, Eddie Maxfield. Here he comes. He's got a big leg. Be interesting to see what he can do here.
Fountain Fort Carson starting to get hyped up as they are playing a lot stronger, a lot better right now. On your screen, you're going to see Eddie Maxfield, as Hudson mentioned, punting this one away. And it's going to be a name that we've mentioned multiple times for Fountain Fort Carson in McClarity receiving this one.
Ooh,
potentially
nearly a blocked punt there. Ref signaling that it was tipped a little bit.
And Pyrese Miller is limping on one leg right now.
Yeah, could have been a little, looks like a cramp there. That is not good. We absolutely need him. He's a sophomore, already has a rushing touchdown on the night. He's got speed. Hopefully he can get to the trainers on the sidelines here and get a little bit of help for his leg. He comes limping off the field. I know he's got a lot of heart, and I know he can power through this injury.
So Fountain Fort Carson will be coming back out. They've scored once, but did not make the extra point.
Raiders still up 21.
They are. But as we've known in the past, I know Patrick can attest to this, we've seen some crazy comebacks in sports history. Yep, it was Mullen, but we'll stop right there. Crazy game that was, but I have a feeling that we won't see anything like that tonight. McClarity working up the line, and he's stopped. So McClarity and Oliver are the two main reception leaders tonight.
Yeah, they're getting most of the touches here for this offense, which is something you'd want to lean on, of course, but McClarity doing all right. Desmond Oliver has been playing absolutely insane tonight against the Raiders defense, who's really good. So if I were the coach of Fountain Fort Carson, you got to say, hey, look, pass game's not working. We know what we're good at. Run the ball with Oliver. Run the dang ball.
Correct. Second and 13, 4:37 left to go in this one. Trying to work it up, and the Raiders read it perfectly, led by Dallas Macias on that one. Ty McGuire coming over to help on the right.
Yeah, great play by the Raiders to swarm there and force a third down. Hopefully they can get a quick 3 and out here, force a punt or a turnover on downs. Hopefully just a turnover of any sorts to get this good starting field position, but they need it right here, right now. Found for Carson just had a touchdown. You can't let their offense get back-to-back touchdowns on back-to-back drives.
You definitely cannot. 3rd and 13, that was a gain of 1 yard. 3:55 left to go in this third quarter. Tooley with time and pace.
Ooh.
And he's taken down by Clay Nagy. 6'6", all meat. What a play.
Second sack of the game, and he is moving up that sack leaderboard for Regis Jesuit here. Looks like the punt team is going to come out onto the field, and the Raiders are going to get a try on offense. What an amazing game both sides of the ball have played so far tonight. And you gotta think, hopefully, for their sake, that they don't mess up this snap or anything. A high snap there, nearly blocked, and that is a bad punt. Looked a little
Great
better.
punt for the Raiders.
Saw Michael Manugan out there getting a little chippy with one of the receivers there. He's got a lot of heart.
Yeah, laughing that one too. You see Michael Manugian, definitely not a big player by any means, but he has quite the... Not a big player on the outside, but he has a big heart, Patrick. We know that, right?
Yeah, heart over height.
Little fuzzy,
100%.
fuzzy heart. Don't be surprised if we see a lot of Manugian in the fourth quarter.
What's his number?
His number's 24, Patrick. Welcome to Raiders Sports Network.
You should know this. This is one of our number one watches
What's your
every
number
game.
on the soccer team?
It's 21, Patrick. Thanks for asking.
I didn't know.
Nico Markiel off the snap. With time in the middle, that's David Doty somehow working his way through up the right side. Working it up.
Go.
Still in bounds. Oh my goodness, he's an all-star.
You cannot stop Doty. He is absolutely amazing when he bounces to that outside. And another member of that running back committee, we also see Pyrese Miller getting his ankle taped. Very important to this team. Good to see that he's out there getting some tape, hopefully ready to go on this next drive.
Nico Markiel.
Hey, there's a jump.
And
that's going to move the Raiders even closer to the goal. Appeared to be a jump there on the defense. Yep, they're going to call that encroachment on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Raiders in an even better position now on 1st and goal.
great play there by the offense. Quick score update. Nuggets coming back 60-55 in the third quarter with 2:46 left to go. Nikola Jokic on his way to his first triple-double of the season, 17, 13, and 6, as David Doty's still up on his feet. And he's short.
Yeah, can't get anything going there. Cutting to the outside works a lot of the time for Doty when they have a lot of space. But when you don't have a lot of space, you're close to that goal line. He's tough enough to just run him right up the middle.
It was a 1 yard gain, second and 3, my apologies. 2:21 left to go here. 27-6, my apologies.
Here they go. Look for a handoff to Doty. Hopefully they do not pull a Russell Wilson in the Super Bowl and throw this one and have it picked off. Oh boy. Please
Nico
no
Markiel.
announcers, Jinx.
It was caught by Dallas Macias.
Yeah, that's going to bring them to about inside the 1 yard line.
Very
so
close.
It's going to be 3rd and goal from about the couple-inch line there. QB sneak, possibly?
Possibly.
I have not seen this team use a QB sneak thus far this year. They do have Doty in the backfield. Markiel lines up under center, and I was right. And that is going to go in for a Regis Jesuit touchdown yet again. Markiel's second rushing touchdown of the day, and they are taking over here, 33-6.
Nico Markiel doing Markiel things as he now has 3 touchdowns on the evening, all to himself, stacking his stat sheet up for these D1 colleges who are just hoping and praying that they have the opportunity to have him as their starting quarterback one day.
Yeah, it seems like every day you see you got a new offer from somewhere else. And that goes through, adds the extra point, and it is going to be 34-6 with 1:39 remaining in this third quarter. Would you still keep Nico Marchiol in with a blowout like this? He's a star quarterback. You can't have him get hurt.
Yeah, Hudson, at this point, I would play it safe and put in.
We want severance. We want severance.
I think that we just need to put in. We need to put in guys who need the time, and the only way that these players who are on the bench get better is if they have time on the field, and I think they'll get it.
Here's Jordy De La Torre now with the kickoff.
He's 4 of 5 tonight as well. Just wanted to mention that. Only 4 of 5 because his 5th one was blocked, or his 4th one was blocked.
He's been showing up all night tonight.
All right. Jordy De La Torre once again into the backfield. Touchback will be to the 20. Another shout out to our great crew at RJ Media. We have a lot of things happening right now. Make sure, if you're new to RJ Media, we are a student-run media program. Raider Sports Network, RJ TV, Elevate, and RJ Media Now. Make sure to use all of our different platforms to see everything you want to know about the RJHS community. Our magazine is coming out on November 12th, so be looking for that. It's our first issue of the year. It'll be a great magazine, and we do such great work led by Maddie Proctor and Hunter Sullivan.
Yeah, I don't read a whole lot of magazines, but that is one that I do read. Each issue that comes out is absolutely great, so look forward to that.
Oliver Dallas Macias! Come on, Dallas! Come on!
Stuffs him there. Nothing going all night long for this Fort Carson, offense. Just getting stuffed play after play after play. Just nothing you can do against this Raider wall up front.
Excellent individual and team defense on that one. Angela Surwa-Marfo doing a fantastic job as head of Raider Sports Network alongside our producer, Patrick Carlson. They do such a phenomenal job as well. Wish she could be here with us as well as Jake.
Oh, what a cut there from
Oliver. It's Oliver pushing his own teammate out of the way, and he'll get a first down and more.
That has been the one bright spot here tonight for Fountain Fort Carson is Desmond Oliver, a guy you can't stop. When he gets to the outside, he's got the wheels, and he's got enough to turn the corner each time and pick up big yards. You got to stop him here. I know it may seem greedy of us here in the booth, but we would like some more stops each time.
Up the middle, oh, Bryce Sloan almost got a one-handed pick. That would have been SportsCenter top 10, but sorry, that would have been second on SportsCenter top 10 behind the Casey McCloskey goal in our first game.
Yes, almost an amazing interception. That was the almost, third interception that Tavian Tooley has thrown tonight. He already has 2 miserable interceptions, just not looking good for him.
Hands it off. Oh, gosh. Fort Carson is just having a tough time tonight, Hudson. And, you know, that they've shown glimpses with Oliver. They've shown glimpses with McClarity, but not at any point has it been very consistent.
Yeah, once they got that bright spot going with Oliver right there, just stood up there. It's going to bring up a third down and about 8 when we come back from the from the beginning of the fourth quarter.
We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back. Fountain Fort Carson going to take this one where they left off at the end of the third. To third down, and Clay Nakey brings him to the ground. Clay Nakey, he's been everywhere tonight.
That is his third sack of the night. I don't think I've ever seen a 3-sack performance here at my time at RJ Media. 3 sacks on the night for Clay Nakey. Can it get any better?
I don't know. He's been pretty excellent. He is playing like a Matt Bear right now, just eating too many lunches. Oh my goodness.
Refs now having a conversation. Looks like there is a flag on the field. Possibly a holding call. If it is, it'd be... Yeah, it's going to be against the Raiders.
Oh, big one. Once again.
The unnecessary roughness. Not what you want to see there. Had a big sack that negates Clay Nakey's third sack of the game. That would have moved him one away from sack leader on the team. He's a great multi-positional player. Has a touchdown this season at tight end. That 6'6" big frame is exactly what you want on your team. 3rd and 1 now.
Tooley. They need him to come alive here. Over to Oliver. That was easy. And the Raiders keeping this team in.
Yeah.
Obviously it's going to be hard, but they're letting them.
Yeah, you got to put them away when you have the chances. Undisciplined play has been the name of the game. Once you get them right where you want them, a penalty just negates everything you've done and causes them to get a first down. And not only penalties that are hurting them, Desmond Oliver, somebody stop him.
Yes, Desmond Oliver having a fantastic game tonight. Very good play. And a flag on the field. Let's see who this one's on. Looking like it could possibly be a false start. Let's see which team it will be on. False start on Fountain Fort Carson. It will be a 5-yard penalty. Bring them back to a 1st and 15. Big play there for the Raiders. A slow game tonight in this 4th quarter. It's had the Raiders' name covered all over it. But we're so glad we've been able to be with you here on the Raiders Sports Network.
Right at the half-field line.
Oliver. Desmond Oliver running through. And he's stopped.
It's gonna move
Small
them.
gain.
Yeah, that's going to move them back across half-field. They haven't done a good job of staying on the Regis Jesuit side of the field and converting their opportunities. Only 6 points tonight coming on their only drive they got across half field. Let's see if the Raiders can put in a stop here to virtually ice this game.
It would be huge. They could use a big 3 and out here. With time, Tooley going to take it himself and slide. Smart play by Tooley. Very smart play.
Yeah, very smart play there. He knew the pocket was collapsing. You've seen glimpses tonight of some good play here by the freshman. He's been very rattled. 2 interceptions and a fumble, but you saw him do some good there. Notice the pocket was collapsing. Was able to get out for a couple yards there.
Definitely great there. 9:32 left to go in this 4th quarter. Fountain Fort Carson. No, I can't, Patrick. Sorry.
Here they come.
Desmond Oliver stopped once again by the Raiders. They're starting to get to him. And the Raider fans are going wild.
Yeah, that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5. Now, of course, this late in the game, this close to the end zone, not that close, but based on the score, based on the time left on the clock, this is, of course, 4th down territory. They've struggled on 3rd and 4th downs all night long tonight. Let's see what they can get going here. 3rd and about 5.
Let's see. Tooley gonna throw, and it's easily caught. Easily caught.
Yeah, coverage needed to be better on that one. Little bit of a disappointment there. Raiders had them right where they wanted them on the choke point there. 4th and 5, just could not hold it down on the coverage there. And the Trojans there move the sticks.
15-yard gain. Big for Fountain Fort Carson. 34-6, still the score. 1st and 10. At the 26-yard line. Gonna cut up the middle. Wow, Tooley taking it on his own.
Tooley looks like a better runner here tonight than he has been a passer. Very, very interesting. More of a dual threat style as a freshman. He's starting to come alive here tonight. But maybe just a little too late.
11-yard gain in the play.
Was an 11-yard gain, Hudson. They're playing good.
Yeah, they sure are.
But it might be too late, though. If they could have played this to start the game, it would have really helped them.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see if they could stop him. Yep, they did. It will be a 2nd down, though.
Yeah, forcing a stop here would be absolutely huge for the Raiders. Of course, we're a little self-absorbed here in the booth. We do want a lot of stops here tonight, not a lot of points on the board for the Trojans, and keep putting those points up for the Raiders.
It was a 9-yard gain on the play.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1 here for the Trojans.
A big play coming for the Trojans. I think they were able to make it in. Let's see what they say.
Nope, they're going to mark them short.
They're going to mark them short, just short.
Yeah, that's going to be enough, though, to make that 1st and goal. 1st and goal from about the 3-yard line now.
1st and 1 yard.
Awaiting instructions from the sideline is Tooley. Tooley now going to line up.
Let's see if Tooley can get it done here. 4 found for Carson. Easy. Up through the middle. So they tag another touchdown onto the board, make it 34-12, Hudson.
Yeah, the pass defense here tonight has been great, but this rush defense, even though the Raider wall is holding most of the time, they have had some struggles against, of course, Desmond Oliver, who's been great. But also when Tooley takes off on those quarterback runs, you got to watch out. Both of those players very good at using their legs and gaining ground. That is something the Raiders need to stop for the remainder of this game.
They're going to go for a 2-point conversion. And they're going to work it across the left side. Easy. Poor defensive effort by the Raiders as they tag on another 2 points. 20-point game.
Yeah, they didn't have anyone there to stop them. And right as we thought we may get some substitutes in, we won't. Oh, but there is a player down on the sideline for the Raiders. Not what you want to see. Not sure who that is from here, but that could be Clay Nanke.
And if it is, it could be pretty bad. But while we wait, we're going to take a quick break here on the Raider Sports Network. Patrick. Come on, bud. I'm just kidding. We're having fun here in the Raider Sports Network booth. A very small booth. I feel like we're in a small, thin hallway, and I'm literally almost sitting on Patrick Carlson's lap.
Yeah, it feels like an elevator. Got to squeeze a lot of equipment and 3 people in here. Very difficult.
Yep. Big kick into the end zone.
It's going to go back.
Touchback.
Touchback, yes. Here comes the Raider offense onto the field. Nico Marchiol still going to stay on the field, even with this 20-point lead. They have 7 minutes left in the game. Still going to keep him in now. Hopefully tack on another score for the Raiders to hopefully put this game fully to bed.
And while we have this moment, those of you who are Avalanche and Nuggets fans, and those of you who know that Altitude TV is not on Comcast, DirecTV, and Dish, it's a problem, people, and it's the company's fault. So if you care about watching your favorite sports teams in Colorado, call their number. I will give you their phone numbers in just 1 minute. Nico Marchiol hands it off to David Doty, working up the left. He's down. So you'll see for Comcast, call 1-800-934-6489. For DirecTV, 1-800-531-5000. And then for Dish, 1-800-333-3474. Give them a call and speak your mind, people.
Do it. Call them for post-game and you're out of the ghost pepper sauce.
Nico Marchiol, 2nd and 5, 6:27.
You call Comcast in post-game.
Hands it off to David Doty, wide open, going for a little jog. David Doty with time, still up, down.
They have not had much of an answer here for Doty tonight. Big run, staying behind his blockers, dipping, ducking, dodging out of the way of those defenders. Sneaky, elusive, and fast. Great awareness down the middle of the field. Raiders first down.
And Marchiol's going to hurry. Marchiol up into the middle, and it's dropped. Great help defense in the middle.
Yeah, hard hit, jarring the ball loose there. Good throw, good opportunity on the catch, but a hard hit there by the defender.
2nd down for the Raiders, as that one was off. Six minutes on the dot left in this slow game. 34-14 is your score. 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here comes David Doty once again.
Oh, what a cut!
David Doty! He's still up! What a play! He's way beyond a first down. David Doty showing his utmost confidence there.
Yeah, great cuts there on the play. Bouncing it back from side to side, avoiding defenders right at the beginning. Defender had a great chance to tackle him, but he bounced it outside. Great play.
Nico Marchiol faking a throw, but instead gets it to Dallas Macias. Still up, spin move. What a play, Dallas Macias getting into the action.
Everybody there on the play. Great job. Nico Marchiol faking it, thinking he's going to take off. Not able to take off, but then he finds a receiver on the sideline. It was Macias, and then working up the sideline, Matthew Bear with a pancake block on the outside, lays him flat on his back.
Shout out to Mariano Adame and Jake Stewart at the CU Boulder Buffs game, football.
Ooh, Wildcat right there. Looked like a little flinch on that Regis Jesuit offense. Yeah, it was going to be on number 20, Eddie Maxfield there. Just a little flinch, anticipating it there. So that is going to back the Raiders up. Very interesting call there out of the Wildcat. It was Tyrese Miller who was going to take the snap. And now substitution in the backfield. It's only Miller and Xavier Carroll. Direct snap.
Tyrese Miller, I guess that ankle's fine. by Reese Miller. Oh my goodness.
Second rushing touchdown of the game for Miller, showing that speed, athleticism, taking it out of the Wildcat, bouncing it to the outside, and getting the corner for the touchdown there. Raiders are now on top, 40-14.
Wow, what a play. This is just so impressive. The Raiders playing a lot better in this fourth quarter with a lot of energy and a lot of good pace. Love it.
Here's the extra point try now. One blocked already tonight.
Almost got blocked once again, but could not get there in time, and it's up and through.
Yeah, Jody De La Torre, an absolutely great leg, a cannon on that boot, and he sends that one through the uprights. He's been great all night long. So now getting ready for kickoff here. Raiders lead 41-14. So far, a great game on both sides of the ball. Some little miscues and mistakes here for the Raiders. Some penalties have been hurting them tonight, but nothing too much as they still lead by a considerable margin here.
You don't have to do ghost pepper sauce.
We'll talk later, Patrick.
It doesn't even have to be on the stream.
41-14 is the score. Jordy De La Torre is going to blast this one away. He's been doing great so far. All of his kicks have been touchbacks, but not this one. And they're going to take it and run. Michael Manugian couldn't get it there. He was that first help player.
Great tackle there from the Raiders. Even though the returner was able to break one tackle, good job getting him down before he was able to break more.
And Manugian's going to stay on the field for the defense, giving him his first opportunity tonight on the defensive end. He's number 24 for the 1,000th time. Patrick Carlson, do you want me to write it down for you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And the last time I've seen him out there at a corner position, that game against Chaparral, well, just a light 2 interceptions in that last quarter almost. Yeah, it was the fourth quarter. He had 2 interceptions in that fourth quarter. Let's see if he can get 2 interceptions in this fourth quarter.
Let's see what Michael Manugian can do. He's an exceptional player and a very exciting player at that.
Rolling out. Oh, and he's going to take off.
Close to a first down. Let's see if they give it to him.
Lowering the shoulder there was Tooley fighting for the first down. Based on where he landed, probably not going to get it. Yes, going to bring out a 2nd and 1 here.
2nd and 1 for Fountain Fort Carson. That throw is going to be caught, and Michael Manugian comes over to help. Great play by Michael to help out, and no way. Oh, Raiders were arguing that it should have been an interception, but they don't get it. As there's 4:20 left to go in this one.
Yeah, it's going to move the sticks right there.
Fountain Fort Carson.
Makes it first down, 1st and 10 for Fort Carson.
1st and 10 at the 47. That throw is up the middle, caught. Still going for Fountain Fort Carson. Still up and down. Oh. So that could be another score. Luckily, we're in a good position right now to win this game, but we are letting this Fountain Fort Carson team get what they want towards the end of this one.
And you've seen that as a theme in some of the Raiders' latest wins. They go up early on, score a lot of points, but at the end, the opposing offense is able to get stuff going against this defense. You have to tighten up for the entire game. Play great the whole stretch through. You cannot afford to let up.
And that one is Not caught in the interception. Or sorry, that was not caught in the end zone is what I meant to say. Great defense by the Raiders.
They're going to go for it again, though. 2nd and goal here for the Trojans. Trying to get their 3rd touchdown on the game. A slow offensive performance at best here tonight for the Trojans.
Remember to call your TV providers.
Sam Stern's still very upset about Altitude Sports.
They're going to take this one all over. He got it. Too easy for Oliver. He's had quite the game for this Trojan team.
And what can we say here in the booth except for you got to sure up all game long. You got to play whistle to whistle hard football. I get it, you're up big, but you need to stay up. Hard defensive performance all game long. You can't let them creep back into it because it just doesn't look good in the box score at the end.
No, definitely does not. So here comes the extra point try. It is up and through for Fountain Fort Carson. Tag another one on the board. It is now 41-21. 3:07 left to go in this second half and fourth quarter.
Raiders still are on top here, which is good. They're up by 20. Now you got to maybe punch it in to make your stats look a little bit better. They may bring on some more backups here as they are up by 20. I have seen some crazy miracle comebacks with not a lot of time left. But with this amount of time, I mean, come on, that's a little unrealistic here.
Fountain Fort Carson coming back onto the field. It would be a dream come true, Patrick, if Michael could get in there to return a kick. He could do it. And that kick is up in the air and caught.
Do you think that one traveled 10 yards?
I don't know. It's a flag. Let's see what they're going to decide. It was close.
Yeah, it sure was.
So they'll re-kick. Fountain Fort Carson not doing good enough there. The ref giving his explanation for the call. Was very high in the air, but did not have the distance for sure.
Five-yard penalty moves the kickoff back to 35-yard line.
So it'll be a kickoff from the 35. Again, for Fountain Fort Carson, that's number 5. Kobe Harden, who's been doing the kicking tonight.
Good catch there by the Hands team. Now the offense, and Brandon Severns is going to trot out onto the field here, relieving Nico Marchiol. This is the first time we've seen him all season long. A good buddy of mine. Great to see him out there in relief. Already up big. Hopefully for him, he can get a touchdown. We're looking for a great performance. Anywhere else, it seems like he could start. I mean, Nico Marchiol, just such an excellent quarterback that he may not get as many opportunities here at Regis, but it seems like he could start a lot of places. He just loves being here.
Severns on the field for the first time tonight. We're getting our first glimpse of Severns. Hands it off up the middle.
There's Maxfield.
And Maxfield gets some solid yardage. Looks like at least a gain of 6 or 7.
He's not only a running back, but the punter as well. We've seen him one time tonight, and he had a fairly good punt.
2nd and 3. It was a 7-yard gain. Big play by Eddie Maxfield, who got major minutes last game against Doherty, early in the game as well. Michael Manugian in the game for the Raiders. Handoff once again to Eddie Maxfield. First down. He's great and powerful.
He steamrolled the Trojans player right there, walked all over him after he put him in the ground, still going and moving the sticks here for the Raiders.
Playing great right now, the Raiders are. And as we mentioned earlier, the best way that you can get all your players on the same page is by having them all get playing time, know what it's like to be on the field, and you're seeing it right now. It's showing in their play. Handoff once again up the middle. It's Eddie Maxfield. Oh my goodness, Eddie Maxfield is making a statement right now for the Raiders, and the sideline loves it.
And that is going to carry us down to 2 minutes left here.
And Maxfield will come off, and Xavier Carroll will come on.
A little communication there with Severance. We also see Jaden Franklin checking into the game at offensive guard. He's been playing this drive.
Up the middle, it's Xavier Carroll. Couple yards.
Xavier Carroll, another one of these very talented sophomores on this roster.
Great run by Xavier, a part of the running back by committee that we talk about with Jake and Hudson. Dervin Taylor III has not gotten into the action tonight on the offensive end, but defensively he has been fantastic. Up high in. That was Michael. No, it was not. Sorry, that was not Michael Manugian. My apologies.
Can't tell who that is. We do not have them on the roster.
So Severance with a great pass, but was not caught by the Raiders.
Yeah, a good buddy of mine, Brandon Severance. Hopefully he can get something going here. I'd love to see him complete a pass.
Carry the ball, Terry.
So the Raiders counting down the clock. They're going to kneel this one and let this clock wind down as it's 35 seconds left. Thank you, Patrick. Eddie Maxfield behind. Ended this game on a fantastic note. Nothing bad you can say.
Here's Severance now.
Severance. Gonna hand it off to Eddie Maxfield. Running. Eddie Maxfield.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Eddie Maxfield getting the fellow Raiders hyped on the sideline. He's been playing out of his mind right now.
Maxfield carries time at the 7-yard line.
And this clock will wind down to zeros on the board, and this game is over. The Raiders will continue with their undefeated record. What a season this has become for the Raiders. They have turned what was supposed to be an average Raider football team into a state-ranked top 5 team. Unbelievable. Hudson, last thoughts before we close out this game.
Yeah, an absolutely amazing game from the Raiders. The run game was working. The pass game was working. The defense was working. Everything was working against this Fountain Fort Carson team. And not only that, but you move on to an even lighter opponent next week in Douglas County. Tune in for that. We will have that for you next Friday. Besides that, we are... this is a perfect team. I mean,
we're gonna have to ghost pepper sauce next week.
Yeah, Patrick Carlson, our producer, telling me that we are going to have the ghost pepper sauce next week. If you have not checked out that video already on the RJ Media YouTube channel, please do that. That would be absolutely great. Thank you so much for tuning in here tonight.
Yes, again, for Hudson Ridley, Patrick Carlson, who does a fantastic job each week. Jack Fade, our phenomenal camera person, Sophia Marsnick, and the rest of our phenomenal RJ Media crew helping us out tonight. My name is Sam Stern. You have a great evening.